Yeah. One up and up is magic. With the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror, now I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him, for him I'ma make it happen. Now my dream's reality, not going back to. You say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laughing. Now I hit the scene, they like lights, camera, action. Living in a dream, now my music, they be blasting. Step out, I'm a star, always in the latest fashion. Had to set the bar, try to catch me.
It's time for the NFL playoffs on EA Sports, and we are in a city that sure had its share of memorable playoff games in the past. Pittsburgh, PA, at Heinz Field. Coming up, it's divisional round Saturday, and we've got an AFC battle on tap between the Baltimore Ravens and the Pittsburgh Steelers. The first of 4 berths in the conference championships on the line here as divisional weekend in the NFL is underway. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Here we go, D. All day, defense. All day.
Nyheim Hines, his first carry. He'll have a first down past the 40. That one's good for 35 yards on the ground and a first down. Even from up here in the booth, the play-by-play guy could tell that there was some pretty good blocking on the right side of the line.
Well, you have good eyes, and it's almost like a ballet when it's executed that well. Everyone in the right spot, everyone in sync, everyone hitting the perfect notes. A little more percussion and a lot more bass, I would think, than you get your normal ballet. But at the same time, that was well executed.
Well, they're going to get about 3 here out of this first down run, and that'll bring up 2nd and 7. Michael Brocker's in on the stop.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Watch the run, watch the run.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And tough sledding. They'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35. They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. He'll look to throw. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. They'll run on first down. Hines. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Nyheim Hines, 28 yards. And the Steelers take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Chris Boswell now for the extra point. Boy, these may be an adventure this afternoon, but this one is good. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This will be fielded at the 8. And now look at him go. 30, the 20, 10, 5, and all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. That a 92-yard kick return as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Well, there you go. They gave up a score to start the game, and as quick as they could get it back, they did on the return.
And people talk about this all the time, whether you're coaching it, whether you're trying to work on it, whether you're just trying to put in the minds of your players. Attack back as fast as you can after giving up a score. No quicker way than on a kick return.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula?
That would be the number one thing you would think of, but so many guys now would look at it and say, we've got them set up so well for play action, now's the time to take a shot. Yeah. But, you know, there was a big-time coach in the state of Ohio who once said, if you throw the ball, if you put it in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. Keep it adjusted on the ground.
This to Hines on the drop-off. No yardage to speak of whatsoever. Leads to a 3rd down.
Well, the stats that matter on this play don't help a team very much unless, of course, you're playing defense.
If you're getting points per reception, you got a reception, but no yardage. Great job by the defense, though. They read through that one.
They read through it, gave up no yardage, and people got credit for tackles. Pretty good deal.
They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here.
49 the mic. Watch 49. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Back to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And he'll bring this one back to the 29.
The good old cover 3 defense, partner. When you start playing football as a safety, that's the first thing you're taught. Middle of the field, be as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, and break on the football when it's thrown and pick it off, just as we saw there.
Let's go now. Go to base. Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go.
On 1st down, Kane, and he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. It's a loss of 4 on the 1st down play.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14.
Safety screaming.
And maybe the wrong read there as he's going to go down immediately. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
I don't think there's any doubt that if it's me, I'd be really cautious about continuing to call this play because you got to know, defenders, if they get a free shot at the QB, they want to take it, and they want to take it big.
And they got it there on the option play for a loss. Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
I will see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. The bottom line, tremendous starting field position, really squandered there as they wind up going backwards and then come up with just 3.
Well, getting the 3 turned out to be important. I can imagine the head coach when he ordered the field goal. Please salvage something out of this drive. That was not fun to watch.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. A tale of 2 extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
And an alley to run. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Nyheim Hines with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Steelers are going to retake the lead. Extra point through the snowflakes, up and good. And the lead is now 14-10. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This one taken from the 7. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're forced to play catch-up early in this division round game as they search for a seat in the AFC Championship round. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's second down.
Typically on the read option play, when we talk about responsibilities, we're talking about what the quarterback has to go through. How about the inside linebacker, though? His job on this play, shadow the quarterback and hold him to a short gain. Did it to perfection.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Jackson. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
When offenses dial up big shots downfield, they're not always for the guys out wide. Sometimes they want to go to their big target, deep downfield, and the defense breathes a sigh of relief. 50-50 balls, not easy to get away from the big targets.
Jackson now. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. It's a gain of 26 as they pick up the first down in the process. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
And an alley to run. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
Steelers 14, Ravens 10.
Let's go! 15 on it, 15 on it. Come on, boy. Come on, boy. Don't be scared of it. Check 20, 20 right.
From the red zone now, here's Jackson on first down. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. And holding it may be the wrong decision as he stopped in the backfield. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down. Certainly not what the offense wanted down here, going in the wrong direction.
Yeah, but look who got involved. I mean, when you got a strong safety who can drop into the box, never needs an invitation to be one of those guys in run defense, does he? Wakes up every morning just a little bit ticked off.
Flush, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long, why are you calling play action?
Yeah, because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play-action sack. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him, because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. They'll run on first down. Hines. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. On second down now, it's Hines. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
On first down, this is Geis. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old-school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. On second down, it's Hines. Past the 20. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Naeem Hines saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. Extra point put through by Boswell. And the lead is up to 8. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Let's make these babies cry.
From the 27, Jackson forced out to his left. Now he'll pull it down. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
Thank goodness for heaters up here. And thank goodness I don't have to carry the football in this game. It's January. It's cold out there. Trying to clutch the football and absorb the hits, not easily done.
Yeah, we saw a product of the elements right there. On first down, Hines. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
SOS.
Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend. And they'll get this down to the 10. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. Here's Hines. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Naeem Hines on his way to a historic performance. 4 first-half touchdowns. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. Boswell good with the extra point. And the lead is up to 15 now. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo? Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. They'll run it now out of the gun. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. From the gun, Jackson. And that will be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive.
And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Nyheim Hines, 60 yards. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. Well, I'm just not sure what more we can say about him after that one.
But we're certainly going to give it a try, aren't we? Because I believe we're watching greatness personified. It has not mattered all game long where they've handed him the football. He's taken it and found the end zone. He is so locked into that so-called zone, I don't think they're going to get him out of it in this one.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. The first half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this drive?
Well, I've been told by my coaches previously that the intelligent approach, go ahead and run out the clock and start over. Don't make any more mistakes. But there's also something to understanding that you get this last drive here. You get the ball to start the second half. Try and go 2 for 1 here. Get some points now and come out of the locker room and get more points again and get your momentum really built up.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Now Jackson going to throw again. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know, there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
Here's Jackson to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
It was no secret who they were trying to get the football to.
Well, no, they went to him on 1st down, 2nd down, 3rd down, all 3 incomplete.
Yeah, and when you're unable to connect and you force it in that direction, all you're doing is giving confidence to the defense. They feel like they're really hurting you in a big way.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Less than 30 seconds to go in the half. Pretty good starting field position, all things considered. You'd think they definitely have time to get to field goal range.
Yes, and you get into the huddle or you come off the bench.
Oh, he's trying for Smith-Schuster, but it's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find it.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. After the sack, here's 2nd and 11. Throwing is Jackson. Rolling to his left. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. And that's going to leave them with just one timeout remaining still in the third quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt them. We'll be back. Win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC divisional round. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is a real, I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone. And back.
He rifles one that's intercepted. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. And he brings this one back. It's a pick six for a Steeler touchdown. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the fourth quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up. Yeah. Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
Just like that.
Jackson from the shotgun. He gets it to Brown, complete. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a first down as well. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage.
The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off at the 33. And he'll get this one out to the 50 to the midfield stripe. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams.
Down the numbers. There he goes. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Nyheim Hines, 50 yards, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. And right now, Charles, I think you'd have to say their class starting to show through.
Yeah, they were disappointed not to get the #1 seed in the playoffs, but the reality is these guys can play anywhere. It doesn't matter for them.
And if they can indeed hold on to this lead, that's going to set up one heck of a championship game next Sunday.
Let's come back and watch it, shall we?
Now a hit and a loose football. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. And now the third down throw incomplete as well. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And the drive begins with a run by Geis. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down.
Well, he's looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it. Because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Keep playing hard, fellas. Let's go now.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8.
Let's get it.
Gets it to Smith-Schuster on the jet sweep. Give him 8 yards there. Still a few inches to go, though, as it'll be third down at about the length of the football.
Brings up third down.
Mike 51. Oh, you got deep?
He'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Perhaps they overthought this one a little bit. They've been running it real well on this drive, and it was 3rd and short, okay? They decided to throw the football incomplete. Yeah, they might have thought just a little bit too hard about that play selection.
So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass or run. What will they do? We're about to find out. Fourth down. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on fourth. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Looking to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. 2nd and 2. Looking deep downfield. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas.
I tell you, Brandon, it seems like this guy's been all over the field so far. That's his 2nd interception of the game. And so much of playing defense in the NFL, especially when it comes to defending the pass, is all about positioning and technique. And this is fantastic work on both fronts there.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Jackson. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. And the safety there, another mistake, and these mistakes just keep piling up.
How many more can they make? They put themselves in such a massive hole now. Going to be difficult to dig out from under.
Yeah, for sure they can't afford anymore at this point. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. Now it's Hines, and 3 yards there takes him to the 45.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Here's a 2nd and 7. They'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one good for 26 and a first down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
They'll look to throw here. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. 1 quarter remains for the right to advance to the AFC title game. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. 2nd and 1. That's complete to Hines out of the backfield. That one, a first down pickup of 8. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Jalen Ferguson. Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. They'll set up a throw. The completion good. This is Eric Ebron. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And
the ball comes out.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points. But this widens it out, as you said. And now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. From the 30 on 2nd down, Jackson. Oh, he's got some breathing room. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
So now, just like that, things change dramatically. It's 1st and goal. They run with Hines, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the Ravens' 10-yard line.
Ready? Hey, Pittsburgh, 52. Let's go, defense. Hey, man up, man up. Put it right.
2nd and 10. They'll try and set up the screen to Hines. And chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's 3rd down. Now that screen there on 2nd down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there because trying is one thing. We can second-guess just about every call. But
That is caught. It's Juju for the Steeler touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster there to make the grab. And the Steelers capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Extra point put through by Boswell. And the lead will swell by 1 more. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And last time, 1 play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh. And the pressure will get to him. He goes down. Now there is a flag on the play, but this looks like holding on the offense. T.J. Watt getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Here's Jackson. T.J. Watt, who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Jackson on 3rd and long from his end zone, eluding the pressure right. Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a 4th pick of the game. And now 4th down. The Ravens send their punter out now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Nearly a huge return, as it is still a very good one. 24 yards. And the Steeler offense, they're set up nicely as they take over.
Here we go. Set. Mike, fix the arm. You.
It's Geis on the counter. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards.
It's a gain of 11. And the Steelers first down.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
The quarterback on the keeper.
Here we go. Henry. Double time. 3 down. Hey, check. 3 down.
And they take a knee.
The quarterback keeps it.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.
Hey, we got 3 down.
And they will take a knee here.
The quarterback on the keeper. A loss of a yard. It's 4th down.
And Charles, if you're the coach of the losing team, even though you made it to the playoffs and there's part of that that feels good, what do you say to your guys after?
I think you probably tell them how proud you are of them to make the effort to get to this game and then point them towards the future. If we're good enough to get here, all we've got to do is work harder, be better, and we can be good enough to go farther next season. How many times have we seen a team lose in the playoffs, and that girds them for a championship run in the future?
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. The Steelers are winners as we say so long from Heinz Field.